Hello, welcome back to Low Budget Entertainment. We would like to welcome Bubba. Say hello, Bubba.
Hello, Bubba.
Bubba here. Welcome to the internet where no one is racist and no one is mean.
Thank you.
Would you like to tell them what we're going to review? They probably couldn't tell from the thumbnail.
Today, we are reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming by John Watts.
That's it.
That's who directed it.
He's got a very complex name.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk first? Alex, Andrew, or Bubba? There's no one else here.
No one at all.
Alex, why don't you talk about it?
Okay. So this is the sixth Spider-Man movie.
Fifth.
Sixth.
It's the sixth movie with Spider-Man in it.
No, it's the sixth Spider-Man movie.
We're talking Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, the two amazings.
Listen,
Math
is not my forte, and neither is anything else.
Anyways, this is the sixth Spider-Man movie, the seventh movie that Spider-Man has been in, I believe. If you're not counting old ones that I don't know anything about.
I don't think they made movies. It was a TV show.
Okay, whatever. And it is probably the best Spider-Man movie. I would venture to say that.
I agree.
But not the best movie that has Spider-Man in it.
Not necessarily, but...
Why don't you expand on that?
Well, Alex's favorite movie ever made is Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
Directed by Sam
The
Raimi.
wonderful, beautiful Sam Raimi.
From Michigan.
From Michigan. That's right. We got Eminem and Sam Raimi. Suck at other states.
And Bob Seger.
Yeah, that too. But Spider-Man 2 is a movie. It has different depths and levels that makes it probably the greatest movie with Spider-Man in it. But if you're a true fan of the Spider-Man comics and the source material, this is definitely the movie to see.
But at the same time, it takes a lot of changes and liberties and completely switches some characters.
Absolutely.
But it's refreshing. I think they kind of had to do that with everything.
Oh yeah.
They've had
Well, when
already.
there's already been two series with the based on the character, you gotta change some things up, you know.
Whose phone is this? Alex, is this your phone?
It's not my phone.
Bubba, is this your phone?
No, that's not mine.
Hello?
We're a very professional.
No, I'm at Andrew's
channel.
house.
God, I hope we're.
I don't know. Making videos. Okay. We got drunk.
None of us are 21. We would never do that.
This is Andrew. Hunter's... No, I am Andrew. Hunter's not here. Hunter, are you at my house? This is your mom on the phone. I think he's pooping. He said he'll call you back. Okay. She says I'm in trouble. Alright, have a good day. She thought I was... Why is Hunter's phone here? Anyway, we're talking about a movie. Spider-Man Homecoming, I believe.
Yeah, you're talking about them taking liberties and changing source material. Oh my God, Hunter's phone's moving on its own. Anyways, so let's move on to some of the actors. First and foremost, Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
The woman that is the young man boy, straight out of the UK, that's making women lose their minds because he's not ugly.
Yeah, that's true. On the forefront of his actual character, very, very good Spider-Man. I have to say my favorite quality about this is more than any other Spider-Man in years past, during the fight scenes, he's so witty. And he had so many jokes during fight scenes, and I thought that was missing, kind of.
Absolutely, and I felt like they tried to give him some of those quips in the Garfield movies, but it felt forced.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But the thing I'll say about Tom Holland is something that I can't remember. I had it in my brain, and it just completely left.
Yeah,
oh, man.
It's almost like he's quippy, but he's not trying too hard.
I think the thing about the cinematic Marvel universe, is that they've cast people for the most part. There's some that aren't as good that are like born to play these roles.
Oh yeah,
Tom Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, and Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
He is Peter Parker in his purest form, and that is something I love about him. This is more of a writing than an actor but how I love that he's 15. We've seen so many Spider-Man movies where Andrew Garfield's graduating high school in the first 10 minutes. So is Tobey Maguire. Yeah. But I think the best qualities of Spider-Man are when he's growing up into who he's becomes in college,
and that's one
high school
him. That's something I like about Spider-Man. It's kind of like Harry Potter. You see them grow up in the comics. Yeah. I'd like to see. I hope Marvel can have Spider-Man longer, so we can see that.
And this Spider-Man: Homecoming definitely has the most legitimate actual high school feel to it, because the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, he was in high school, but it felt kind of strange because they all seemed way too old to be in high school.
Yeah.
This one, it's very fun. Like everything, it's just kind of like the
it makes you believe that it's in high school. It felt like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, for lack of better reference, and Superbad. I thought it had a lot of Superbad.
Interesting tidbit, actually. When Zendaya was auditioning for the role, she didn't know it was a Spider-Man movie. She thought it was just one of those high school drama comedies type things. And then later find out, and that's really them casting it that way is kind of how they got that feel.
Right. The guy that played Flash, that when he saw the movie, he forgot he even made a Spider-Man movie because he was just doing all the high school stuff.
Yeah.
So why don't we get into our pros, specifics? I feel like we've been doing that already.
Pro, who is an actor that we want to talk about, Michael Keaton, obviously. Because Michael Keaton, I came in expecting the Vulture to be a one-dimensional character, almost like I feel like he is at some points in the comics. But he there's more layers to him than I thought, and that's something we might get to in the spoilers, what those layers are. But he played it so excellently.
The Vulture is a villain that I've never cared about. I've always thought, just don't put him in a movie. There's so many better villains. But at this point, they've done so many of the iconic ones, you might as well. And Marvel did it right. The MCU did it right.
Shocker.
And Michael Keaton did, no pun intended.
Oh, yeah.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Michael Keaton did great, as if there was any doubt.
It's hard to say, but I think he's the best Spider-Man villain we've had so far in a movie.
Him and Dr. Octopus, for sure.
Yep.
I don't agree with that.
No?
No, I don't know. I love, I thought... I don't know who played him, but in Amazing Spider-Man 1, I thought the guy who played Kurt Connor, the Lizard,
Reese Ifans or something like that.
Yeah, I thought he was great. I thought it might just be the fact that I was a little kid when I watched it, but I didn't mind the Green Goblin and Spider-Man.
Willem Dafoe did amazing.
Great.
The costumes.
I didn't even mind that as much, but I think it's just because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well, but it's still great.
Doc Ock, too.
Well, him and Dr. Octopus.
For me, those are the two that it's kind of hard to choose between.
Yeah.
So let's talk about other minor characters. Because those...
Grace's Venom was amazing.
What was that?
There's ghosts, dude. Just get over it.
All right. Okay.
Topher Grace. This guy.
Shocker?
Shocker was in the movie.
Well, which Shocker? Because
there's two Shockers. We're not going to get...
One that looks like Tom Hardy.
He looked exactly like Tom Hardy did.
But I thought they both played, how a Shocker should play.
Shocker's a background villain.
Not over the top, just kind of doing
He's not a lead villain. He's like a backup villain. That was good.
He's what Rhino should have been in Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's kind of like, how when Rhino showed up, it's like, oh, we don't care because
I forgot this guy was in the movie.
We know it's just he's gonna fight him and then it's gonna be over with.
Yeah.
He's actually in the movie and he's incorporated into it.
Yeah, it makes sense. But
he's still his only purpose is kind of just to have a couple of action scenes, but it doesn't feel strange.
This movie found a way to take the background characters that we've seen before, some of them, and make them important to the film, segueing into Flash Thompson.
Oh yeah, and that whole crew. Let's just touch on that whole crew. Yeah. All the teenagers, like you said, it felt like a high school movie. Because I was just in my mind was Peter's best friend. I thought it was great.
Oh, Ned.
Yeah, Ned was great. Flash Thompson. While I heard he got a lot of hate because it's a different type of Flash Thompson than we're used to. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's modern day bullying because there's no such thing as the give me your lunch money bullying.
No, absolutely.
There's the rich douchebag that thinks he's better than you. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they don't... And internet trolls.
internet trolls.
That's not a fun movie.
No, I agree with you on that. Zendaya, while we're on it, played her role, I thought, very well.
Yeah, she felt like an 80s movie character.
Oh, yeah. This had a Breakfast Club feel to it
absolutely.
completely. Yep. All the scenes where there wasn't a bunch of whipping.
Right. And the thing is, there's moments I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a Spider-Man movie. Because you get involved in the characters, which is something... Before, all you really had was Peter Parker.
Yep.
And sometimes what's her name? Emma Stone?
Yeah. Any other minor characters you guys want to touch on?
Aunt May.
Liz.
Aunt
May. Yeah, we'll talk about them real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So Liz, I thought was really care about
She didn't really wow
her
me as much. But, maybe that's good. We got our Peter Parker story.
She was more of a character to progress Peter Parker.
Oh, yeah.
Which was...
For sure.
There's not much... We'll talk about her more in spoilers, I'm sure. Aunt May.
Aunt May was great.
I was kind of worried about her because I've grown up with the older Aunt May, and I don't know how it would work out with her being a younger look and feel, but it was great.
Yeah, I want to look and feel her.
She felt like more of an actual influence on Peter.
Yep.
And not like
as an elder, I just want to make her happy. She felt like an actual influence.
And she felt like a real life influence, not like I believe there's a hero in all of us.
And she felt more like a mom than a grandma. That's what I like too.
She's your aunt. None of my aunts are 70 years old.
No, exactly. If we're gonna get to pros, one big one is they totally trick you into thinking you're not watching an origin story. But I sat there at the end of the movie thinking, we didn't get the, I got bit by a spider, I'm dealing with my powers, but we got to watch Peter mature, and I really felt it was an origin story that didn't feel like an origin story.
Which brings me to his suit.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was worried that his suit could talk and everything.
No, I loved that.
It really worked.
It did, absolutely.
It might have gotten a little... it could have gotten a little too Iron Man-y for some people, but for me, I liked it. I liked that he had someone to talk to. Because in the comics, he's always, thinking funny things, and in the movies, he's just swinging around, never talking to anybody.
And she also wasn't in it too terribly much. Karen was there when she needed to be, and that's all. They didn't overuse her.
Yeah, definitely. Another pro, it felt like New York to me. Not the New York we're used to, but we're in the first Sam Raimi trilogy. But it felt like I was in New York. Especially, I think that movie gave us the greatest look at what it would be like to be our age in a world with superheroes.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was amazing.
F, Marry, Kill with the Avengers.
Yeah, it was fantastically
with Betty
done.
Brant.
Yeah, Betty Brant. Obviously, again, not what it is in the comics, but they used her well.
It makes so much sense.
So much sense.
Do you guys want to talk about cons now, or is there anything else you'd like to bring up for pros?
Any more pros, I'd just be telling you what happens in the movie.
True.
Yeah, exactly. So,
one of my cons is the exact opposite of what you just said, because I agree with you, except I wish we could have seen a few more scenes of him going through the city.
I do, and I understand that too, but maybe that's something where they're waiting till a later movie where Peter's in college.
Yeah, maybe.
And he is in the city more. Cause
they were going for the whole friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but you can't have him not be in neighborhoods.
I know.
If you're going,
they did touch on it in parts, in the beginning when he's riding the train around, just going and solving little.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite part.
It felt like playing one of those old Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2 video games for the PlayStation 2.
When you just go from person
to
person.
You have to go rack up points by that's what it felt like completely. A con. That's hard.
I know,
it's hard with a movie like this.
I have one con, and it's kind of just a nitpicky gripe thing. The whole Audi commercial they had toward the end.
With him driving.
Oh yeah,
that took me out of it.
That ad kind of
That's where you can tell. Yeah,
that ad pissed me off. I didn't like it. I liked their promotion style leading up to it, where they would keep on incorporating it with the NBA Finals. If you watch a lot of TV, you would see it everywhere.
But you can tell that's where Sony was
putting it in the movie. That's a touch too far.
You could tell that's where Sony was putting their fingers in Marvel's soup.
Yeah,
you gotta mix. Put your finger. Let me put my fingers in your soup.
Yeah,
whatever. That's an analogy now.
Yeah, and
let me pick out the right alphabet letters so I can make a word.
So if we're all ready to hit to spoilers, we just put like a time where the spoilers are done in the video description, or do you just have to?
There's spoilers happening now.
Yeah.
From this point onward.
Let's give our final thoughts and rating real quick.
Okay.
And then we can let the
for
spoilers
sure.
be the last.
For sure. Okay. So, rating. I said it immediately after the movie. I put it on Twitter, and I feel the same way now. Perfect 9 out of 10. I thought it was, like you said, the best Spider-Man movie that's been put out yet. I like the acting by almost everyone. I thought the story was great. A little bit too much Tony Stark for my taste, but that's okay. I think
We
it's
barely
fine.
even talked about him.
And that's really the only reason it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I thought it was great.
I would agree. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't. I don't think I'd go any lower, and I probably wouldn't go any higher. I'm going to see how it ages. What do you think, Alex?
I give it a 9 out of 10. I was very impressed by it. I really liked it. I enjoyed myself the entire time.
What did you think, Hunter?
9.8.
9.8.
9.8
I will say before we get into final thoughts
Wasn't that final?
or spoilers. You're right. I'm looking at the paper and final thoughts. Is
Yeah, I know.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is one of my favorite in the MCU. This is probably one of my favorites in the MCU. If Thor Ragnarok is great, this has been the best.
Which it looks to me,
looks
by
really
the way.
good.
Little plug for Marvel. Thor Ragnarok looks like an incredible, fun 2 hours.
Yep,
I cannot
and
wait.
keep making your trailers like that.
Yes.
Don't stop.
Yes.
No one from Marvel's watching this video. 6 people are going to watch this video. Maybe not. Prove me wrong, internet.
Yes. Okay.
And then call me stupid in the comments. I don't care. But, so let's get into spoilers.
Spoilers. After you go see the movie, come back and watch this final section.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton, during the scene where he's discovering that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, is some of the finest acting I've ever seen.
It's
my
one of the
God.
best moments in any superhero movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because think about any superhero movie when the villain finds out.
You're not usually talking to him.
And you're not,
it was
like,
so good.
Usually it's just like out of nowhere they get one little thing or they take their mask off. This is like putting it together.
This
and
is
it's
like-
like he made the smartest, not an abnormally smart human being. The Vulture's just a guy. He made him super smart because he's being realistic. It didn't stretch anyway.
And adding to the layers, also when he lets Peter go, because it's like at first the first half of the movie you think the Vulture's just this guy who he's trying to make money to get his family through. Then you realize he does have feelings. He cares for his daughter and sees that his daughter likes Peter. He sees that Peter's not a bad kid.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I respect you, but you're in my way.
Right.
And
He's a good guy
so
that's not going to stop what he wants.
Exactly.
If he was a superhero, he'd be one of the best superheroes.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's on the opposite end of the coin, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
That scene in itself and that whole story arc was just unbelievably good.
That car scene kind of was like the Dark Knight interrogation scene of this movie, because you really gives Vulture and Spider-Man, the hero and villain, like the personal connection that they need to make it like a really good actual dynamic between them.
I didn't think about that either, but that's definitely
And
true.
another note of
It's a
80s
great
nostalgia, I kept getting vibes from the scene when they were parking in Back to the Future, when Biff gets in and starts like assaulting his mom.
Yeah.
I was like, this reminds me of that for some reason. It's not the same thing, but it's just high school car scene.
Since it's spoilers, thoughts on MJ being Zendaya, obviously the thing at the end. It's something where it's definitely not gonna. It caught me off guard.
Yeah.
The theater that I was in when watching it kind of had a collective, but it caught me off guard. But after letting it sink in, I didn't really mind it that much. I think her character she's a good enough actress where it'll work in future movies.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. I would have preferred just a good Mary Jane, because I don't think even Kirsten Dunst got the character right.
No, I don't think so
But
at all.
They changed so many things, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Marvel just likes to shake it up.
That's right. Marvel does. I think that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
This video's probably gone too long as it is, but that's fine. Thank you for watching. And we're going to start filming our June month-end reviews, because we haven't done that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bubba, for your first video.
Yeah, hope to be back plenty times. So.
You will be. I can tell.
Job offer on the spot.